stop laughing. No, stop laughing. Ah! Welcome to Card of the Day, where we talk about Weiss Schwarz's cards of the day. And looking back at my old videos, I really did have a big beard. So we got a couple cards to talk about today. So let's start off with Chain Chronicle. And recently I did buy a Chain Chronicle trial deck, and it's pretty fun to play. Although the draw Brainstorm kind of does fuck me up on a couple games, but still, it's pretty good. First card we're going to talk about is Breaking the Locks Yuri. He's a red 0/0 mana weapon character, and he has two abilities. His first one is Continuous. Your other character in the middle position of the center stage gets plus 500 power. No thank you. Its other ability is Act, Brainstorm. Pay 1, place this card to rest. Send the top 4 cards of your deck to the waiting room. For every climax revealed, choose one character in your waiting room and return it to your hand. So it is a salvage Brainstorm. It is once per turn because you do have to rest this card. And what's cool about this is that whatever you send to the waiting room from this Brainstorm, you could salvage. Because you send the top 4, then you put them in the waiting room. And then that ability kicks in. And this ability isn't that bad. It does make up for the last ability. Come on, you can't even give us like 1,000? I know it's a level 0, but come on, at least give us 1,000. That's not like the main reason you'd be running this card. This is the main reason you're running this card. It's gonna be the Light in the Darkness Yuri. He's a red 3/2 mana weapon character. You probably guessed that already. And he has 3 abilities. The first one is Continuous. When you have a Breaking the Locks Yuri, which is the last card we talked about, in your clock, this card gets -1 level in your hand. That's great, an early drop, and it's super easy to get this out, because you'll most likely have this card in your hand if you're running 4 or even 3. And you know, whenever you're at level 2 and you're ready to pull this off, clock, draw 2, and play this. The next ability is Continuous. When the character directly opposite of this card is level 3 or higher, this card gets plus 2,000 power. So it is at 9,000 at a level 3, but it is an early drop, so there is that, and it does gain everything back as soon as your opponent hits level 3. Although I can see your opponent playing around this by only playing level 2 cards in front of this. Its last ability is Auto. When this card is played from your hand to your stage, look up to top X cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 1 cards among them and add them to your hand, and discard any remaining cards to your waiting room. X is the number of mana characters you control. So this card does count towards the total on the field. So if you have a full field, you do look up 5. And it's not restricted to top, so you could get whatever you want. If you need a climax, get the climax. If you need an event, get the event. If you need a character, get the character. That's actually pretty good. And there's no cost to get this ability off, so that's not bad. The only bad thing I say about it is that it is at a 9,000 power at a level 3, but you know, it's an early drop. You could easily bring that back up with back row and stuff. But yeah, this card, not that bad. Up next, we have Capturing the Royal Capital Juliana. She's a blue 0/0 mana weapon character. And she has one ability that actually plays off with the last 2 cards pretty well. And that is Auto. Pay 1, place the top card of your deck to your clock. When this card is played from your hand to your stage, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 level 1 or lower character, show it to your opponent, add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. So it is level 1 or lower, so it is a search, but it's super restrictive. And, you know, you can get a lot of support cards, or, you know, this card, so you could clock it, so you could play this card. Although this is a neat little engine, I probably would not advise running exclusively this engine, this little package right here. And there are other level 3s, so don't just rely on this Yuri card. So is the Juliana card good? Yeah, it is on play, and you just pay 1, take a damage, so it's not that hard to get the search off, but it's super restrictive. And it is a rare card, so yeah. But you know, the card is still pretty good. Speaking of level 3s, we have Sword Master of Slaughter Teresa. She's a 3/2 blue mana weapon character, and she has 2 abilities. Her first ability is Pay 2, discard 1 card from your hand to your waiting room. During the turn this card is played from your hand to your stage. When this card declares an attack, you may pay the cost. If you do, place the top 9 cards from your deck to the waiting room and deal X damage to your opponent, where X is the number of soul trigger icons among those cards. This damage may be cancelled. Holy shit, that's insane. So when you declare an attack, it's not when it attacks. So you say you could frontal attack, you could side attack, and as soon as you do that, send the top 9 cards from your deck, deal that burn damage. It's most likely gonna cancel, but you know, it can come in clutch. And then you trigger. And its next ability is Auto. Whenever any damage this card deals is not cancelled, this card gets plus 2,000 power until the end of the turn. So you burn your opponent. If it doesn't get cancelled, this card gets plus 2,000. And then you trigger. So is this card good? Yeah, kinda. It is a big gamble. And you most likely not, you know, end the game this way. But, you know, I have the Chain Chronicle trial deck, so let's see what this could do. Alright, so here's my Chain Chronicle trial deck. And, no, I didn't get an SP card, but, you know, that's still fine. So let's give this a quick shuffle. Okay, and we'll just give it a quick cut. So here's my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Move that to the side. Here is my stock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's say 6. Here is my levels. Can't use those. Yeah, that's fine. I honestly wouldn't put these in my level, but, you know, whatever. Here's some damage. And now, the card states that we need to send the top 9 cards from our library to the waiting room. So, let's do that now. 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Hey, this card's upside down. So, in this case, we'll be doing... Oh, wow. 2 points of damage. So, let's do another run. And we're back. Let's give it a quick cut. And let's put this in our hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's our stock. 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say 5. Here's our level. Yeah, that looks more like something I would do. Waiting room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's say 10. Fuck it. And damage, let's say we're very, very desperate. 5, 6. Let's say 6. So, okay. Top 9. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Holy shit. Okay. So now we count. So in this case, you'll be doing 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. You'll be doing 8 points of damage to your opponent. So with the first trial, it's only 2 points of damage. Most likely that won't be cancelled. So the card will be getting its second ability. But in this case, points of damage, that's actually kind of high. So most likely that would be cancelled. And let's see what we trigger. We'll trigger nothing. And we're back. So they started showing us some cards from the joke booster set from Milky Holmes. And, well, let's just look right into him. First card is Careless Calling Shadow. She's a 1/0 counter detective camera character. And her backup ability is this. Backup plus 3,000 at a level 1. That's a lot. And it's no cost. The only cost you have is say Kokoro-chan and discard this card from your hand to your waiting room, and one of your characters gets plus 3,000. Yeah, that's great. That's actually really, really great. You know, if this was like an actual legally playable card. But there is a counter to a counter. I'm pretty sure there is no card like this. And I know, it's a joke, but if Bushiroad did make this into a legal card, it'd be funny. So here's Hey Kokoro, it's a red 1/0 police mask and it's also a counter. And this is okay. Auto, say don't call me Kokoro-chan and discard this card from your hand to your waiting room. When your opponent says Kokoro-chan, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your characters and it gets plus 3,000 power until the end of the turn. Alright, yeah, that's Bushiroad, you're doing good. You're doing good. If you haven't seen Milky Holmes, I'd highly recommend it. And this 2 cards here, they're great. I really like this. You can recreate like amazing scenes like this. See, that's the joke right there. That's the joke. Up next, we have Girl for the Wise Man Ellie. And what the fuck is happening in this art? Don't play that song. Yeah, I'm gonna get flagged by YouTube Heroes, I'm calling it now. So this card is a green 3/2 detective book character, and it has 2 abilities. Its first one is Auto. When this card is played from your hand to your stage, you may put the top card of your clock to the waiting room. So it is a heal. Yay. And its other ability is Auto. When this card is played from your hand to your stage, with your opponent's consent, you and your opponent may exchange an unopened Weiss Schwarz pack with each other. Do you want to trade? Hey, do you want to trade? Do you want to trade? Do you want to do no? Do you want to trade? No, wait!